Hi, friends. Time for our Bible story. And today I think we are going to Bible story number 7. No other paper clips. So we're on Bible story number 7. And the title of this one is God Takes Care of Joseph. God takes care of Joseph. This is Joseph. Joseph's brothers did not like him. They wanted to hurt him. "Let's kill Joseph," said one brother. "No," said another brother. "Let's sell him. He will be a slave. He will have to work and work and work." Joseph's brothers did sell him, but God took care of Joseph. Then something bad happened. A man put Joseph in jail, but God took care of Joseph. One night, the king had a dream. "What does the dream mean?" the king asked. No one could tell him. "Joseph can tell you," said a man. He had been in jail with Joseph. The king sent for Joseph. "I will tell you what your dream means," Joseph said. So he told the king. The king was very happy. "You are a good man," he said. "I will put you over my people." So the king put Joseph over all the people. God was taking care of Joseph. Something to ask. Number 1. How did Joseph's brothers hurt him? What did they do? You know what they did. They sold him. That means they gave him away to some other people and they took money for it. Number 2. How did God take care of Joseph? Everywhere Joseph went, God was with him. And so God made sure that when Joseph was sold to the people and he became a slave and he had to do all this work, that God was with him. And then while Joseph was in jail, they were kind of like maybe being mean to some people, but not to Joseph. Why? Because God was with Joseph. And then one day, the king had a dream while he was sleeping at night. And what did he do? He asked the people. He told them what his dream was, and he asked them, "Well, what do you think this means?" And nobody could tell the king what his dream meant. But then somebody who was in jail with Joseph, he remembered that Joseph knew how to interpret dreams. And so he told the king about it. And the king sent for Joseph. And Joseph did tell the king about his dream and what it all meant. And next thing you know, the king says to Joseph, "You are a good man. I'm going to let you be over all the people." So God was taking care of Joseph all the time. Wherever he was, whatever he was dealing with, God was taking care of him. Number 3. How does God take care of you? Well, I'm sure you know how God takes care of you. God takes care of you because you live in a house, you have food and a bed and clothes and shoes. You have a mom or a dad who takes care of you. Or maybe you only have your mom that takes care of you. Or maybe you only have your dad that takes care of you. Or maybe you live with your grandparents or your aunt or your uncle or your sister. You can have a grown-up who's a sister, and you can have a grown-up brother. And somebody's taking care of you. They make sure you eat. They make sure you get good sleep in a bed. They make sure that you get a bath. If you're in school, you go to school. If you go outside to play, you go outside to play. There are many, many ways God takes good care of you. And then, number 4, do you ask God to do this? And many times we don't. Because when we're little people, we don't have to ask God. Not that we shouldn't ask God, but we're so small, we don't know to ask God to make sure that we have a bed to sleep in. God, can you make sure I get some dinner tonight and some breakfast tomorrow and some lunch? And God, can I get some snacks too? I want some treats. We don't think about that when we're really little. So, no, we don't always ask God, but God is always with us. And God is providing daylight and nighttime. And with the daylight, He gives us sun. And with the night, He gives us moonlight and stars. And God takes care of our parents or whoever our adult is that we live with. He takes care of them so that they're strong and able to take care of us. And so that's what God does. He makes sure that people have what they need. We might not always have everything we want, but God makes sure we have what we need. And we don't always ask Him. God is just so very good to people. And so, let's see what this page says here. It says something to do. It says write ask on some paper. Put it where you can see it each day. When you see ask God to help you. Now, they want you to write the word ask, A-S-K. But some of my friends are too little to do that. But if you are a bigger friend, maybe about 8, 10, 12, 14 years old, and you're watching this, it's okay because older kids can watch Bible stories for children because this is a children's Bible story. And if you don't know how to read, or you don't go to church, or nobody's teaching you about God, it's okay for you at any age, even adults, to listen to these Bible stories that Tanta reads because it's helping you to know things about God that maybe you don't know. And so this is saying, ask God to help you. So write it on a piece of paper. Put it somewhere where you can see it all the time. And then remember to ask God for the things you need help with. And that's our Bible story for today. Let's go over our song. The B-I-B-L-E. The B-I-B-L-E. Yes, that's the book for me. I stand alone on the Word of God. The B-I-B-L-E. The B-I-B-L-E. Yes, that's the book for me. I stand alone on the Word of God, the B-I-B-L-E. That word spells Bible. All right, friends, I hope that you enjoyed that little story about how God took care of Joseph and that you remind yourself every day that God takes care of you and take time to tell God thank you. I'll see you on tomorrow. Tomorrow is Monday. We know that because it's got to be Sunday if I'm reading a Bible story. So after Sunday is Monday. And Tanta always reads a regular storybook on Monday, the day after we do our Bible story. And we are finished Amazing Dogs chapter book. So I have to choose something else for my friends tomorrow, and I will see you then. Until then, I want you to be good and I want you to be kind, and I will see you the next time. Bye-bye.